Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Steph's Movies Music. Never mind. We are here today to talk about the Cyndi Lauper performance, particularly the one that happened in Nashville, Tennessee on November 1st, 2024. And like I usually do with these reviews, I'm going to have little snippets of the concert in this video. So not only are we going to talk about how she sounded, we're also going to talk about the stage setup and the stage performance, the presentation of it all. We're going to talk about the opener, El King, and my thoughts on El King opening up for Cyndi Lauper. I'm also going to talk about the set list of Cyndi Lauper. I didn't have a problem with the set list of El King. Her set list made sense for the most part, so yeah, not really going to talk about that. But the set list for Cyndi Lauper, I am going to talk about a little bit. Right out of the gate, I just want to say this was an amazing performance. Not only with the stage design and the presentation and all the lights. There was a couple of times that they had confetti pop out a few times. It was amazing, the whole design. And I knew it was going to be great because Cyndi Lauper is so creative.
Pretty great, huh? I figured this is it, kids. I'm going out big.
Even the tour shirt, she had a couple tour shirts. They were really creative. And furthermore, the sound of her voice, it was amazing how good she sounded, especially at her age. And yes, I know, AI is always a possibility now, but I'm gonna just go ahead and assume that it wasn't AI, okay? Because it's not like it came out flawless. There was still maybe one or two times that she didn't quite hit that note that she usually does. Like, it wasn't exactly, she didn't sound exactly how she sounded in the studio back in the 80s. And that's fine by me. I mean, she sounded great. She's 71 years old. And she sounded phenomenal. Just to give you a bit of perspective, before going to this concert, my favorite concert was, I'm pretty sure, was Elton John. It was his farewell tour. He was my favorite concert, and not only did he sound great, he sounds nothing like he did, Unlike Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper sounds a lot like she did in the 80s. Elton John's voice has changed drastically. Not exactly for worse. It is a bit jarring how low his voice is, but anyway, he's still sounding great, and it was mainly the stage setup and all the effects that they used that really elevated it so much to me. That was my favorite concert of all time. I think Cyndi Lauper actually might have topped Elton John now. I think she might be my number one favorite concert now. And I was not expecting that to happen at all. I knew it was going to be good because I knew she's always been really talented. She's always been a powerhouse, vocal wise, but yeah, I was not expecting her to sound this good, especially at 71 years of age. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the set list a little bit. Right when the concert started, as soon as she walked out, she sang She Bop. She Bop's not one of my favorite songs. It was a big hit for her. I believe it went to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's kind of weird having a 71-year-old sing She Bop. But, whatever. It is what it is. It is her song, and it's like, Madonna singing Like a Virgin. Like, it's one of her biggest hits. She's going to go out there and she's going to sing it. We all know it. And then after that was Goonies. The Goonies Are Good Enough. And that went to number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 back in 1985. She did a lot of her other stuff from her other albums, which is good. I'm glad that she pays attention to her, to a lot of her unpopular stuff as well as like all the classics that you expect to hear. Like, for example, she also sang Sally's Pigeons, which was not a hit by any means, unfortunately, and it's a very emotional song. You could tell she gave like a whole little speech before she sang it, and you could just tell that that song meant a lot to her. So it's unfortunate that she didn't really get any commercial success out of it. And it's off one of her 90s albums, maybe Hatful of Stars or Sisters of Avalon. It's one of those. I think Hatful of Stars came out in 93 and Sisters of Avalon was like 96, 98, something like that. The only real problem that I have with the set list is that she did not sing All Through the Night, which is one of my favorite Cyndi Lauper songs, and I like it more than pretty much all of her other... That's my favorite hit by Cyndi Lauper. Money Changes Everything is really, really, really good too. That's one of my favorites by her too. And she did sing that, of course. That went to number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. And that was, I believe, the last... No, it wasn't. It was the second to last single to be released from her debut album, which is called She's So Unusual. That was released back in 1983, and it just recently got recertified. It's now 7 times platinum by the RIAA. It's one of the biggest 80s albums of all time. I think worldwide it's sold over 20 million units. And so yeah, it's a bummer that she didn't sing All Through the Night. I mean, it's a top 5 hit. It went to number 5 on the Hot 100, I believe sometime in either 83 or 84. The thing with She's So Unusual, they released I think 5, maybe even 6 singles from it, and so they released like 2 of the singles in 83, which is when the album came out, and then they released another 2 singles in 84, and then they released like another single or 2 in 85. And I'm pretty sure like 5 of them were top 40 hits, and All Through the Night is one of them, and unfortunately she didn't do it. I'd much rather see Cyndi Lauper sing All Through the Night than She Bop, me personally. Mainly due to the subject matter of She Bop. But yeah, it's crazy to me that she didn't include that. She had, I think, 17 songs on the set list. She sang Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, Time After Time, and also another one of my favorites is I Drove All Night, and of course she sang that as well. So yeah, I mean, through all those clips that I just showed you, it's pretty clear that she's still a badass. She's amazing. She's very, very, very talented. And it's a bummer that her career kind of just wanes the way that it did. I feel like she still should have had at least another couple albums worth of success. Especially her third album. Her third album was actually kind of underrated. It's called A Night to Remember, and that came out in 89. It's not even platinum. It's not even platinum. And I Drove All Night is, I think, the lead single off that album, and that went to number 9. And it's not even gold. I haven't even talked about her second album yet, which is another very successful album. It went double platinum, and that came out in 86. It's called True Colors, and of course it had True Colors on it, which went to number 1. She also sang Change of Heart, which went to number 3. She did not sing her cover of What's Going On, which was also on that album. That's a Marvin Gaye song. I believe it's, I don't know. I think it's written by Marvin Gaye, but I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, that's the set list. An amazing set list. I was just kind of bummed out that she wasn't going to sing all through the night. So that's my only problem. The set list wasn't bad. It was still a really good set list. It's just All Through the Night would have been it would have been a lot better with All Through the Night. That's all I'm saying. Let's also talk about the fact that Elle King opened up. Now, she had several openers throughout the tour. This tour is still going on, and if you can snag tickets, I would, especially if she's going to your area. She wasn't going to St. Louis, which is really unfortunate, so it was a toss-up between traveling to Chicago or Nashville. And we decided we're going to go to Nashville. It's about 20 minutes further than Chicago, obviously in a completely different direction. So yeah, for Nashville and one or two or maybe even three other dates, Elle King opened up. And pretty much all the openers for this tour seem to be relatively newer artists. Elle King's been out for about 10-15 years now. So she's not new, but she's not old. Elle King sounded great. She's another person that has very unique vocals, just like Cyndi Lauper does. But honestly, I'd rather have the Bengals open up. The girl band, not the football team. Or like, you know, Berlin, if you really want to get down to it. It would have been great to see Blondie open up for Cyndi Lauper. Or like even Lita Ford or somebody like that. Vixen, they're still a band. Actually, I don't know. They're kind of a band. They have one not even original member left, but she was there for like when they were big, so she's, I guess, enough of an original member. I don't know. Anyway, it would have been cool to see somebody from, you know, Cyndi Lauper's era. Or hell, Boy George. I know he's obviously not female, but I'm pretty sure they're friends. They're pretty good friends. And so it would have been really cool to see Boy George open up for Cyndi Lauper. Because I love Culture Club, you know. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Elle King opening up. I had no problems with Elle King opening up. She still put on a great show. But anyway, that's really my thoughts on the whole thing. She put on a great show. My new favorite concert that I've ever seen is now Cyndi Lauper. Elle King, I guess, or not Elle King, Elton John, I guess, would be second. I plan on maybe doing a video of my top 5 or top 10 concerts that I've seen. I don't know. I might do that. I'm not sure. It's always changing, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was informative and entertaining enough for you. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Steph saying.
So you know what I'm doing? I'm changing. Isn't it incredible? I haven't done an arena tour forever, ever, like since 1986, and I just wanted to be special for you. I hope you're okay. I hope you like it. You know, I was thinking about when I was on tour. I was talking to my cousin Susan, and we were talking about my cousin Vinny's sister, and we were talking about you know. When I saw her on tour, and well, no, we did that. Thank you. Yeah, and we were in a hotel, and there was a little fish in a bowl, and I kept saying to my cousin, "Wow, that fish is not going to live long, just living in that bowl." Oh my goodness. Okay. So we escaped. We took the fish and put it in a plastic bag, and we escaped with it, right? And then I figured, oh yeah, maybe it was like an algae plant, you know? Okay. And then, you know, actually put it in the fish tank with the algae, and the fish died. Oh, thank you so much. Okay. And so we were fish killers, it was kind of said. Did you, Cyndi? Oh no, not right now. It's okay. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you're enjoying the show, and, yeah, okay. Alright, see you in a bit. Oh, thanks. See you soon.